Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brianna Jeanette Diaz, and yeah, today I am like on these beautiful views. I'm at my sister's friend's house, condo in downtown San Diego. It is beautiful, super freaking beautiful. Look at, you wake up and it's like you see all this. What? This is freaking goals. But yeah, I'm here. I'm in San Diego right now. It's a little vacation because I finished summer school at UCLA, and then now I have like a little 1 week break. About something that I personally have struggled with a lot in fitness, and I feel like a lot of people don't really address this problem, and so I know that it's something that could develop really easily. And personally, I love food. I am those people that are looking forward to the next meal, and it's just something that has always kind of ran either in my genetics or my blood or something, because my family, we love to eat. And so that's just something that I've always enjoyed. And it's interesting because eating, the act of eating is actually a psychological behavior. I'm a psych major, so I kind of studied some of this stuff. But yeah, it's a psychological behavior, because when you're eating, yeah, you're fueling your body, and that's super important. But also there's another psychological attachment to it, in that whenever you're eating something, especially when it's high fat, high sugary, there's reward systems in your brain that release dopamine. And so basically when you're eating, a dopamine release every time you're eating. Not only is it a physical act, but it's also a psychological activity. So I personally struggled, kept on binge eating for the longest. So I think it all stemmed from when I restricted myself, and I was on a very restrictive diet. It was in January of this year where I went on like this little app thing called Dietbet, and I just put down 20 bucks. Me and my sister, we put down 20 bucks, and it was like 5 days before the bet ended, and I still hadn't lost like 7-8 pounds that I needed to lose. And so those last 5 days I just went crazy, in the sense that I just didn't really eat that much. I was doing lots of cardio. I was just trying to lose that weight so that I could win the bet. And right after I ended up winning, you know, whoever won got their money back. And so after that, like I was just binge eating like crazy, because I had restricted myself so badly that the whole next week I was just eating, because that's how I comforted myself, you know. And I was missing all these foods because I wasn't able to eat them throughout that period of time. And so my body started craving it like crazy. And once I was allowed myself to do it, and also the psychological aspect to it and my mentality, it was crazy. I was like fantasizing about food, because that's how much I was hungry, and that's how much this restrictive diet like really messed with me. What happened to me was, eventually I just kept eating, and this happened January, February, March, April, May, June. Like this was like a good 5 months that I was just eating, because I didn't know how to stop it. I thought it was my fault, and I would restrict myself. I'd be like, all right, today I'm gonna eat everything I want to eat, and then tomorrow I'm just gonna for sure be restricted. Like I'm for sure, like that's it, you know. I'm gonna not eat chips, I'm not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna eat that, because like I gotta do this, I gotta do it, I'm fat, and blah 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 blah. And so eventually I would do that, right? In the first day or two, my body was like in withdrawals, but I was like, all right, I could do this. And then eventually my willpower started to deplete, and my stress levels, my sadness levels, you know, all that stuff started to kick in. So whenever that would happen, I would go to food as my comfort, you know, I want that dopamine to make me feel good. So then I would go and I'd binge eat, and I'd keep on eating, and then I'd feel terrible because I just crazy ate. And then I was like, what is this, you know, like thing, because psychologically I would just be breaking down, in the sense that I felt like a failure because I wasn't fitting my goals, or I wasn't hitting my goals, and I was just doing all this binge eating stuff and not progressing. So yeah, it was definitely very hard, and gaining a lot of weight. For the most part, I was good, I was great, I was happy. But then came a point where it was like I wasn't, you know. Every time I'd binge eat, I was like, whoa, what is this? I don't get it. It was just a psychological like trap, you know. I didn't really know what to do, or how to ask people like, how'd you do it, how do you do this, how, you know, research it, Google it, and I just couldn't find the answer. And so I eventually I sat down, and I realized like
the reason why my body isn't, like, I'm not able to keep this up is because my body is so accustomed to just consuming all these high fat, high sugar, high carb meals. And so once the next day I try to like just take it all away, my body just shuts down and starts craving it and gives me headaches, and it's just this whole effect, you know. Your body rejects it. Your body doesn't want you to do something else that's different, that's changing it. So then what I did was, I believe probably in like July, I started just incorporating like more veggies and slowly weaning off of this food, like this crazy heavy food going out and stuff. And eventually my body started just adapting a little bit, and then I decided to go like on a little cut. So it was just me, like I had made a video, I made a video about it, what I eat in a day during cutting season. And so I made sure that when I did do that, I was eating things that I liked, things that kept me full, and things that were easy to make. And to be honest, now that I've started, it was like a good 3 weeks of me getting into my cut until my birthday, which was September 1st. So I'm 21 now, so that's pretty exciting. So I was cutting throughout those 3 weeks, and I think it wasn't necessarily like I want to be as skinny as possible and lean as possible for my birthday. It was more of establishing habits that led me to eat now the way I do, in moderation, and still enjoying things that I like. So now I haven't really been going on binges, which thank God, because I was not, like, it was not healthy. It was not something that I enjoyed doing. It was not, I didn't feel like I had a control, you know? So now that I've started to establish these habits and being more intentional, like intentionality just definitely dictates a lot. And so because I was very intentional about what I did or am doing, it completely changed the game. In order to solve this problem that I had of binge eating like crazy, what I realized was restrictive eating, no. Restrictive diets, no. Being in a calorie range where it's too little food, where it won't fill me up, that's not the lifestyle I want to live. It's not what my body could sustain. So I figured where my body can sustain me, and from there I realized that I don't have to restrict myself from eating anything and everything. Like, I could eat what I want to eat. Why? Because it's life. Like, we are surrounded by the most amazing foods out there ever. I'm gonna live my life happily, and I'm gonna do it while eating the foods I love and doing it in moderation. So I think that one key thing is not restricting myself. 2 is finding foods that fit, and fit as in fit your goals, as well as that they're freaking good, because I like to eat good food. I like flavorful food. And so what I found is just kind of exploring, asking friends like, hey, what do you eat? Where'd you get it at? So Trader Joe's has like a lot of good options. It has a lot of macro friendly things. It's so good. And I'm just always on the lookout for reading out the labels, packages of things, and using my MyFitnessPal to track what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, and stuff like that. So that definitely helps. And then also, like, drinking a lot of, I'm constantly drinking water. I'm thirsty. Drinking water like very, very often, because it just makes me feel good. It cleans me out, and yeah, it just is great. So I make it very intentional to drink a lot of water. And I think another thing too is just staying focused on my goals and growing, and knowing that temporary solutions, we live in such an instant gratification world with social media and like wanting things right now. Kind of keep on working towards them, and knowing that it's a process. And just because I ate a cookie, I'm not gonna go do 20 minutes, 30 minutes of cardio just to burn it off. Like, cardio isn't what you lose. The way you lose, it's more of the life that you're gaining. Like, this is a lifestyle. This isn't something that you are just gonna do for a short period of time, and you're gonna restrict yourself and find a weight that you're gonna be happy with and maintain it for the rest of your life. You gotta find a sustainable way to maintain this, because if you don't, then you're just gonna be miserable. It's a slow process. It's not gonna be, you're not gonna figure it out right away. I mean, it took me a very, very, very long time to figure it out. So I would just recommend, if anybody is going through this, it's gonna be okay. 1, a binge eat doesn't make or break you, and keep on working towards it. Like, I promise you, if you find what you love, everything in moderation, and things will be okay, and you will be happy, and your body will be energized. So I think I'd kind of find it difficult to tell anybody that I binge ate. Like, I would sometimes tell people that would tell me like, oh yeah, I binge eat all the time, like it's so bad. I was like, I know, food's too good, and we just kind of laugh about it. But looking back on it, like, it's not healthy. It's not a good thing that I could eat a whole box of pizza on Valentine's Day. Like, it's just not. You know, I mean, I laugh about it now, but it's just, in general, like, that's not great for your body. It's not good for your body when you do these things to your body. Like, your body's a temple. Your body is a little sacred temple. You gotta figure out what you're gonna eat is worth it to you and your body and your health. Because this is long term. We're trying to live longer. We're trying to explore the world. We're trying to see things. And if we can't even have our health, then we definitely cannot have our wealth. And so, yeah, it's just like, let's keep on like working together, fighting through this, because it's something that this life has made it very, very hard to get past and to get over. And here I am telling you that I got over it. It took me a while, but I got over it, and you can too. So whoever is watching this and is personally struggling with this, I promise, like, if things get better, you will be okay. So just keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. And thank you so much for tuning in and just hearing my story. Like, it's kind of hard for me to, just kind of put it out there, but I'm doing it because I'm a human being. I make mistakes. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment, let me know anything that you guys thought. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon.